For those of you watching on YouTube, welcome back to Prince of Persia. We got in our boss fight. So as I was saying a few minutes ago, I was talking about the difference between, you have combat medics attached to, infantry units to render aid when somebody gets injured. It could be from spraining an ankle to getting shot or blown up, anything in between. So, typically what happens is, because we were in Iraq, Afghanistan, a lot of the warfare there, it was, guerrilla warfare is not the word, but it's like the most fitting, like hit and run tactics, pretty much. But, they would hit, lay fire, and then once we would get fire superiority, or, we'd get fighter jets or whatever scrambled, just whatever. Once we got the situation under control, they would, fuck off. From the stories I've been told and the documentaries I've watched. So, what would happen would be, convoy gets hit, 68 Whiskey does his thing, keeps the person alive until they get to a roll 1, 2, or 3. I think it's roll 1. Come on, I'm trying to tell a story.
It seems the army's power is interfering with my own. This is not something I have seen before. We should move on before something worse happens.
Okay, so the cycle of events that usually happens is somebody gets hurt, needs air evac, or, as we called it, casualty evacuation, or CAS evac. That's what we would call it. Then we get evacuated out of the battlefield onto a forward operating base, or maybe even a more established base somewhere out there. I can't think of any. It's been a while since I've even looked into it. But they would be taken there. They would be worked on immediately. Whether it's, amputations, stopping bleeding, whatever, just to make sure they can survive a trip to most likely Bagram, which I think was in Germany, which was, a hospital in Germany, and they would go there. And so that was the typical cycle of events for injuries in the Iraq-Afghanistan war. Somebody gets hurt, they get taken out via helicopter. But the main thing is that the Whiskey's there on the ground. The 68 Charlie, which is what I was, would never be seen there. They would be seen at the roll 1 or 2 where the helicopter drops them off. And so, this is gonna be a little rough, ain't it? What the fuck? Hold up. How do you even? I guess I just climb up, huh? Oh, that's where I messed up. Okay, anyway. So now we're looking at, the Army's always prepared. The military is always like thinking of battle plans and what if scenarios. Like, what if China invades the US through the Antarctica or the North Pole or whatever? They're constantly thinking about like stuff like that, just planning. That's all they do is plan. And so now, because, we're done with the Middle East and we're looking at China as a potential enemy, like, we're not wanting to go to war, but it's like, hey, they are a superpower we have to be at least kind of aware of. Where do you go? Do you go towards something that I want, maybe? I don't. Oh, yep, it does. It does. Is it in here? Yeah. And so now with China, because they have a lot more military capabilities than the US, yeah, we're going to upgrade that. We have to look, they're looking at sending Charlies in the field alongside Whiskeys as well, because in the Middle East, it was easy for us to get a helicopter out to go help the boys, It was easy for us because, RPG fire is really not that accurate to begin with. Like, yeah, they've gotten some lucky shots and stuff, but beyond that, it's really, well, beyond that, it's really luck of the draw. So now it's like, well, if we go to war with China or Russia or anybody and we're over in their territory, a whiskey cannot give medications like a Charlie can. Charlies, we are more trained in long-term care than whiskeys are. Whiskeys are literally keep them alive until they get on the helicopter, where Charlies are kind of more forward-thinking. And, you know, we're just meant for a different environment than the whiskeys, but it's just like, hey, we have to use the best of both. China more military capabilities, more capabilities than the Middle East. Like they're more technologically advanced than the Taliban. Yeah, that's how China. Like I was talking about how Renegade, he asked me if I was ever worried about dying while I was in the army, and I said no, not really, because the Taliban and the way the war worked over there was not really a threat to my job. But now, because if we do go to war with China, somebody like me and my job would be deployed and be definitely getting shot at.
I spent many hours here learning statecraft. That was so long ago.
But in terms of Taliban versus the Chinese government, yeah.
I was trying to sneak away. Malik was the responsible one. How will I explain to our father what happened here?
You will tell the truth. Ratash killed your brother and tried to destroy this kingdom. And you saved it.
We should keep moving.
Yes. There is a passageway under this. It was once meant as an escape route. You'll need to get through. Be careful. The way is guarded against intruders. I'm not sure if the traps are still working.
With my luck, they will be.
But yeah, so that's what the military is currently looking at, is that's going to take longer for CASEVAC to make a move, because China, you know, they have accurate weapon systems, and you know, that's really it. Yeah. But like, what's funny is that like when I first joined the military, they were talking about getting rid of my job. They were talking about, you know, that it's not needed that much, and then they changed their minds on it, which is kind of funny. But my job, it used to be, you had to be a 68 whiskey, a combat medic, to be a nurse in the Army. Like, you had to be a combat medic before you could even go to the Charlie program. Which, as to why they changed it, like, I'm not sure. Maybe not enough whiskeys were smart enough to do it, maybe, I don't know. I had this one motherfucker. He was on my ass all the time. He was a 68 whiskey. And, he hated Charlie's so much. He hated us for no fucking reason. And he hated me because I worked in the ICU. Because I worked in the ICU. And every fucking day I met this motherfucker, dude. He'd always just be on my ass about some shit. Now me, I'm humble. If I don't know something, I'll tell people, like, hey, you know, I don't know, I'll find the answer. You know, I'm not sure. I'm not gonna lie to you and say it's blah, blah, blah when I don't know if it's this or that. You know, that's how I am. If I don't know, I'm not gonna tell you, you know, or if I'm wrong about something, I'll at least fucking admit it. This motherfucker, however, I guess he couldn't make it through Charlie school or something, and he had to stay as a whiskey. But he had a chip on his shoulder, and he picked me to be the motherfucker that he fucking harasses and questioned every day. Mind you, he's above me in rank, so like I can't really like tell him to fuck off. But this dude, he would sit there and quiz me and quiz me and quiz me until I didn't know the answer to something. It'd be like, you know, you work in the ICU, you don't even know emergency medicine. I'd be like, you're right, I don't. You're absolutely right, I'm not a whiskey. He'd be like, what does this medication do? Well, this medication does this, has an activation time of this, and it's supposed to stop the bleeding, blah, blah, blah. Stop bleeding over X amount of time, it's expected for this. If this happens, then the patient can also suffer, whatever, just give him the spiel about medications. You know, I knew some of my shit about medications, not all of it, but some of it. Oh, what are we doing here? I guess we just... I don't understand the point of this. Oh wait, there it is. And he would quiz me. He would quiz me and quiz me until he got a question that I didn't know the answer to. You know, well, whoops. He'd be like, you know, well, you know, if an IED goes off, what do you do? I'd be like, I don't know, Sergeant. And he'd be like, aha, you're not as smart as you think you are. And I'm like, no, I never said I was smart, and I never said I knew more than you. You just got tiny man syndrome or some shit. God, that motherfucker hated me, and I gave him no reason to. No reason. He's a fucking dick, too. Gee, okay, rant's over. I'm done. But yeah, so that's why I was never worried about dying in the middle, and well, during my time in the army. Now, if I were to join now and like we were going to war with China, I would not join any MOS. Fuck that.
See? What did I tell you? Not that you can hear.
No. Okay, we're good, I think. Okay. No. I'm still used to the two thrones controls is what it is. Motherfucker. Okay, that's on me. That one's on me. I was not paying attention. But yeah, I was never worried about dying. Even like during the recruitment process. Like I looked at it, I joined in 2017 and I was like, yeah, the Afghanistan war will be over soon, which, you know, relatively it was. That fucked with a lot of people. But you know, most of my superiors and stuff, they were Afghanistan war vets, and they had deployed over there and everything. And so they were really heartbroken about when we pulled out. Which, you know, they were all like, yeah, it was time for us to leave, but then it set in that, you know, even though we were over there for 20 plus years, that nothing changed. You know, that's the worst part. You know, a lot of them came in for suicidal ideation, and I don't blame them. You know, they lost friends over there, and then now it's all for nothing. Which, you know, that's the thing. Like, they go over there and they were kind of hoping that maybe the Taliban wouldn't be a problem, but of course, as soon as we left, they took over again. Which, you know, everybody kind of knew was going to happen anyway. But it is what it is. Okay. I wonder how much more. I think we're about. So we did do a second boss fight. So I think that signifies that we're about 2/3 of the way through the game. Like if I'm following basic game logic, right? I'm not crazy. Well, I don't know why I jumped towards the wall. I think so. I think so. It's too early for me to remember, really. But I know it's all that over there. What was it that turned operate? Was it Saddam Hussein? Was he gassing his own people? I think he was. Him. I don't think it was Bin Laden who was gassing his own people. Somebody over there was gassing their own people, and then we went over there. Come on, why is he magnetizing to the wall? So we went over there for Really? We went over there for Operation Desert Shield that turned into Desert Storm. Because we were over there for like 6 months, and then then it kicked off, I think. So the Taliban taking over again was inevitable without fully eliminating them. Yes, yeah, because like that's.
That door leads to a sanctuary. I will open it, but you must get rid of those things.
I mean, that's something everybody knew too. It's like everybody knew the second we left, they would take back over. Like, it was no secret. So a lot of it was, you know, a lot of the sadness from, you know, our military was like, hey, we were just over there. We spent all this time and failed our mission. You know, that's probably how they saw it, to be honest, which is unfortunate. It's sad. Let's see here. That was for the Kuwait War is Saddam. Okay. Yeah, which Kuwait's not a real deployment anymore. That's a meme in the military world. We say Kuwait's not a real deployment anymore. Well, hold on. I could be getting it messed up. It is like 5 in the morning for me, and I'm not awake all the time. Let me think. Because they mix together. Because I know at some point, so I know we were over there. We were over there for whatever reason. For Kuwait, like Matt said, he's right about that. And then turn into Desert Storm. Then I think that's why we got hit on 9/11. I can't remember right now. I used to be on top of this. Okay. Thank you, Matt, for looking this up. Even though I know you're asking your Alexa right next to you. Desert Storm is Gulf War. What? Yeah. Let's see here. Desert Storm was after Gulf War. Gulf War was 70s, 80s. They all blend together, though. It's the weird thing. Gulf War, Desert Storm, 9/11, Iraq, then Afghanistan, then ISIS. Yeah. But yeah, we were over there. The point remains that we were over there. You know, we were over there initially. You know, 9/11 happened. We went over there, and still nothing. We've gotten nowhere. We could have not went there in 2001, and nothing would be different. You know, and that's the thing. It all blends together, and like I think at some point, when the wars blend together, then you have a problem. But we're still in. ISIS is still a thing too.
Without it, this place would have become a desert long ago. It is this that I have stayed to guard. How do they dare enter here?
I really did used to know this stuff, but because like when I was studying for military boards, they would ask you these questions, and you know, me talking to patients who were Gulf War veterans, Desert Storm, Desert Shield veterans, you know, you hear stories from them, and like I had to study for the board because, you know, that would be some of the promotion board questions. But I haven't had to study in a while, so I'm definitely rusty. I'm more rusty than I thought I was going to be. Holy shit! I don't remember as much as I thought I would. I'll have to go back and look into it because I used to study the fuck out of it because that was one of their things, military history. Is he? Nice. Too bad I never got to meet him. I wish I could have. But yeah, I would talk to, we'd have Paige. I had a special forces dude. He was like the Chuck Norris of the special forces. He did crash the helicopter and survived, or not crash the helicopter. He was in a crashed helicopter and survived. He's around somewhere. You don't know, Matt? I mean, that is right, Matt. You're right. Or forgot you don't really have a relationship with your parents. I'm sorry, buddy. Oh shit. Come on. But yeah, either way, we went over there. We wasted our fucking time. What the fuck? No, I don't know the way. What? No. Why are you doing this? You gotta be kidding me. I wanted to roll, not do this shit. Man. But yeah, so that was it. What were we talking about? Warfighting capabilities. Really? The Taliban changed how we looked at war for like 20 years. And then now we have to reassess how we're looking at war again. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. At least the history part of it. Not the other parts. Listen, I'm just going to say I don't remember at the moment. If you and Matt want to talk about it in chat, go for it. I don't remember. I used to know. But I do know that China has more military capabilities than anybody in the Middle East, pretty much, except for like India. You know what I mean? The terrorist organizations can't do anything. Yeah, I don't remember. I used to know, but I don't remember anymore. The fuck? Okay, that's how we got here. Whoops. Where the fuck do we go from here? Do we go there? Okay, I'm lost as fuck. Let's see. Seriously, where do we go? There's no indication. What the fuck? So you're negative, where are you getting this from? The U.S. and Eisenhower got involved in the Middle East when we introduced ExxonMobil to the Saudis. So here's what I was talking about. I was talking about how, with my job, when I was in the military, it didn't require me to be in combat. Okay? So, didn't require me to be in combat. Now we're looking at wars with first world countries now, more developed countries. And so now my job when I was in the military would require my job to deploy and go to battle, literally. And so I think I might have gotten it confused. I think I might have gotten it confused with the Taliban and other organizations in the Middle East, because in my head they really do all blend together. I could have said something that was incorrect historically, but if I did, then I did. Okay. Ooh, we do this, and then I think, and you know, Matt's not wrong. It does blend together. I mean, shit, half the veterans I talked to couldn't tell you the difference. But I don't know enough about the world, nor like I used to know a little bit more about that, but I just don't anymore. All I know is the warfighting capabilities are different. Okay. This is a fun little area. Okay, come on. There we go. So it doesn't matter where it's located. Nations come together and made an agreement. Doesn't matter. A location always matters. I mean, that's an opinion. Oh, fuck. Okay, let's not get fucking killed here. I mean, I guess they're feeding us a lot more enemies now. So we will be able to level up a lot more. Oh shit. Love it. Come the fuck on. I think I was supposed to jump on top of him and try to do like a power attack or something, but it's okay that I didn't. It's not the end of the world. But how's Chad doing this morning besides arguing over history? Because I got it wrong, now Chad's kind of back and forth on things. Just blame me because I got things wrong. Oh shit, come on. These dudes, they're a little bit harder than they need to be to kill because of that shit. Come on, get the fuck out of here. Okay, I don't care about the flippy moves over the basic ass skeletons. Come on, dude. Yeah, the time manipulation powers don't really work on those guys too much, unfortunately, but hey, they're all dead now. Thank God. Okay, is that it? We don't have enough for a level up yet. Okay, how do we want to do this? Oh, okay. Oh, hold up, what's back here? There we go. Now, if you say that the U.S. backs Israel, sure, I fail to see what that ties in with the Gulf War. Totally different events. Yeah, it's too early. Like that, and I can't look up stuff, but too early for me to really remember. Let's see, a trail of fire fall. Yeah, we'll do the trail of fire or flame. No, we will do the stone armor. Yeah, there we go. Anything back there? No. Okay, so let's run up this wall. Matt, I think you need to... If y'all's gonna argue this, I need both of y'all to be right. Oh my God. Man. I mean, if you're off by 2 years, you're off by 2 years, man. I mean, so who's more wrong on that, huh? I don't give Matt shit because like he's my friend, like I know him personally, so oh fuck, I can give him all the shit I want. God damn it, I'm not paying attention. I'm more interested in what's going on in the chat because it's way funnier. For those of you live right now, thank you so much for being